Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well, and if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Before, I just realised probably in my last video I didn't say Happy New Year. I hope you're all keeping well and had a lovely New Year's and Christmas break if you do celebrate it. So yeah, just thought I'd quickly add that in now, as I didn't last time. But just a quick update, because I know from my last video, my situation has changed since then. Again, I know. However, it does mean that I am going to be closer to the plot. And when I say closer to the plot, it means I'm probably going to be able to visit at least once a week, which will be amazing, which is really exciting. So I don't know if I'll still be able to do one video a week, or whether it will just be one every 2 weeks, or just one whenever I can get it up. So we'll see how it goes. But given now that I am going to be a little bit closer to the plot, I have reworked my plans a little bit, and I'm hoping that I can just like work on it a little bit more in a nicer way and not feel like I'm just trying to keep it running, let's say, and actually be able to enjoy it. So I have changed my plans slightly. I will show you, I'll go through kind of in the video what the idea to do is, and then I will take you to the plot to rough plan it all out. So I'll show you on the computer. Some of the bits on there will probably change a little bit as we go, where things are going to be placed, but at least it will give you an idea of kind of what the plans are for this year. And it's all really, really exciting. I feel like for the first time in such a long time, and probably quite a few months, I'm really excited for the plot. And I didn't realise how much of a place of solitude it is for me, and how much I just enjoy being there, how much I just enjoy making videos, and how much I enjoy connecting with this amazing community that we've got. So for everyone that's stuck with me, thank you so much. I really hope that this is going to be like a nice, positive place for everyone to come now. So yeah, let's get to it. I'll show you what the plans look like. I've just put it on like a rough PowerPoint presentation, and we can kind of work with it, and then I'll show you a bit of a better idea of the plot later on. So this is a rough plan of the layout, and for now I'm just going to mainly focus on the right hand side of the plot, as that's where the majority of the changes are going to take place. So there used to be the rectangle beds kind of going across here, 1, 2, and then a third one at the top, but we're going to get rid of those sections, and I'll still be keeping it on the main pathway and the left side as well, but just, yeah, getting rid of the structured bed and the grass. Instead, I'll be replacing the beds with more areas, as you can see, and the grass will be replaced with wood chips, so the whole area can be reworked if needed with minimal effort. I can just move the wood chip out of the way and go straight into the ground. I won't be able to use cardboard, I don't think, this time round, as I think it's going to be a bit too far gone in the season for it to break down in time. And to be honest, I'm not sure where I'll be able to source that much cardboard at such a short notice, as I really want to get this done in the next few days, really. So what I'll have to do is just take the top layer of grass off, and turn it over, and just kind of let it rework that way. But starting on the left hand side of this area, I'm going to move the archway into the middle and create almost like 2 areas of the plot, and it will kind of be that this will be the only entrance to it, really. So the climbing rows will be moved from here to over here, as it really needs to go into the ground or into a larger pot, and then it can just climb over the archway there. I'll create a nice border along this section with mostly like lavender and wildflowers. I really want to, it's mostly going to be lavender, because I really want to try a few things this year. So the more I can harvest, the better it will be. And I am debating getting a rose tree from David Austin. I've had my eye on one for a really long time, and I think it will bring like a really nice bit of height as well to this. Just something for the the eye, just to get a little bit of difference. But if I can't, it's fine. I can get some verbena, or I've got some alliums as well that can go in there as well, and that will still bring the height. Moving down, I'm going to do a just between this border and the what will be the pumpkin area, some cut flowers. I got some seeds from Alma Proust, I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm not quite sure, apologies if it's not. So they can go in here, and some of them will be left so I can harvest the seeds from them as well. Because I'm not sure whether they're varieties that will be kept doing every single year. So that would be nice to do that. The pumpkin bed is going to be halved, but more into a semicircle space, as I always end up having to walk on it anyway. And what I'm hoping I can do is add a frame just around kind of the fence line of it, and the smaller varieties can climb up, and then I can save the ground space for the larger ones. They always use so much water, so it will only be for pumpkins. I'm not going to try and put anything else in there. It's just not worth it, because I'm going to have to water it even more then, and it already takes up quite a lot of time, which is something I also need to think about, is how I'm going to water this area, well, this whole area really, if this is going to be the only way in. So just something for me to think about as well. The Christmas bed, which was here, is going to be emptied, and it's going to be just popped in this area here and used for almost like my medicinal garden. These are just a few that I want to have in here, but if anyone knows of any more, do let me know. I've got a little list and my seeds ready to go, so that'll be really good when I can get that going, because I've wanted to start this for a really, really long time now. And then going up, this is going to be more of a traditional bed with a long harvesting produce at the fence line, and then the sweet corn will go above it, and then this kind of area can just be left to do its thing. I can just need to take out the weeds and things as they come up, and I can leave it as undisturbed as possible and covered, and just kind of let them do their own thing. And then this area will just be for things that will come in and out, like carrots, radish, some salads will probably go in here as well. I'm going to try and look and see if there's a way that I can, apologies about the noise, see if I can get something to go along this fence line, and I can put my salad onto the actual fence then and save them from like the ground area. And then all around the edges, we'll have the rhubarb, which I do still need to split actually. And I'm going to create a frame that goes all the way around the top and to the other archway. And it will house all of like the climbers, like things like tomatoes, peas, beans. And then I'm going to try and grow some things underneath into the ground of the tomatoes and where the peas and runner beans are and things. So if there's anything that you know that works, then let me know. But it's going to be a lot of trial and error this year, I think. So I'm just heading my expectations that things may not work, and that's okay. So yeah, and then the sweet peas will go on the top bit of the archway, just to bring a little bit more colour all the way across, because the climbing rose is still going to probably take a little while to really establish itself. So, and then I'll have this area here to kind of do as and when kind of things come to mind really. And then in this top area here, now that I'm going to be here a little bit more frequently, I've decided that I'm going to build a really, really basic polytunnel, just a really small one out of some wooden battens, just create almost like a frame for it, like a box, and then I'll use the cover from last year's one and put it over the top, and it will kind of just be all closed off this side, and it will just have the zip up on this side here, and I can just get in just a really few varieties, because I really want to do my own Olka cucumbers again. They were so good last year, so I really want to try and see if I can do those. Some melons, I am actually going to try and do some of the cucamelons outside. I don't know where yet. They could go up the archway as well, to be honest with you, next to the climbing rose might be quite nice. But yeah, I definitely want to get something up here, I think. And if worse comes to worse, I've got the bathtub as well, so I can always create something. If it's not quite high enough, if I haven't got enough of the cover, I can always create something just to go on top of the bathtub, and things can go in there if needed. And then depending on how much room there is, I'm going to try and bring the compost from here over to here, and maybe try and get a tree in. So I'm going to bring my cherry tree from my old house, and that will go here. And then I may try and find something else that can go there as well. But yeah, that's kind of the plan that I've got in my head. Fingers crossed it will work, and I think it will. I think it would work a lot more easier, just give me a lot more possibilities rather than just the square beds that are quite restrictive at the moment. Well, they feel quite restrictive at the moment. So yeah, let's go to the plot and we will crack on with just marking things out, really. So hopefully you would have just seen me showing you what the new plans are for what the plot's going to look like. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some string out. I'm sure I've got some string somewhere, or just some bits just to kind of mark out where the plot is. I'm going to leave the fruit cage side and the rose side for now, and we're just going to focus on this side here, because this is where the main changes are going to be, as you would have seen. And I think it is going to be, I think I'm going to have to dig or take the top layer of the turf off, because I think if I put down cardboard now, it's not going to degrade in time. But what I'll do is I'll plan it all out, and then bits that are probably going to be path, I will just put cardboard over and then put the wood chip over that, and then the other bits I will just dig out as necessary. So yeah, I think big changes, but it's time to crack on. Also, I've tried to come all chic today. Got here, it's bloody freezing, so I came with my really cool gilet. Was trying to be the cool girl. No, big coat has gone back on. And yeah, it's just allotment life. I just can't do it. I just don't know how people do it. So hopefully you can see that blue string or green string. I am going to bring it out to here ever so slightly, because this bit of the ground is raised anyway. What I'm thinking of doing is just putting in a few more lower actual flowers here, maybe some more lavender, but just a different variety, or a completely different flower altogether, just in the front. And then, because that still gives me a really good path space, because this will be coming back a little bit as well, so I'll actually have from here all the way over to like here. So I'm pleased with that, and it does come out onto like a nice curve, I think, as well then. And then as we come up, and hopefully if I've explained it properly in the first part of this video, I will have explained that obviously now that I'm here a little bit more, I'm hoping to put up a polytunnel-esque kind of thing here. So the plan is almost to build something that I can put out of wood and put this cover over the top. So it won't be as big as a polytunnel, but I maybe I've just put it up against the back and at least have it almost like a, don't know, something like this, but just along the back there, that I can put things that grow and like tall in it at least, and just do them in a straight line. Hopefully you heard that with the train going past, but now you can see how close the trains get. So yeah, it'll probably be like maybe as deep as the bath, and hopefully a little bit longer. So what I'll do is on another day, I will pull this out and just measure it all out, and then I can put together a really good plan for that. But I want to keep a nice still bit of like pathway here. I just don't really know how far up to go quite yet until that is in. So what I'm going to do for now is just come up to here, and then if I do need some more room, or there is enough room that I can, what I can do is just put another piece of cardboard down and just extend it as we go. I think that would be the best option to do. And just for this year, I will put cardboard down on this bit rather than digging this up, because it's such a small piece, and I'm going to be putting the peas here, so I can always just cut holes into the cardboard, whereas with the carrots and things, that'll obviously be a lot harder to do. So yeah, I feel like this is a nice little cut-off point just for now. But now I just need to decide where I want the archway to go. I'm thinking it might be quite nice to come up to, say, here. Literally probably will be the width of that. And then the borders will go, I can step in here, and then I can figure out the pathways as we go. I'm really, really pleased, actually. I feel really positive about doing it this way rather than the square bed. I just feel like it's less restrictive, and I don't have to think so much. I know that probably sounds really silly, but I think I'll be in a better position where I won't have to think too hard about things. I can just put them in the ground, because that's a lot of the time, the reason things don't go in the ground quick enough is because I procrastinate too much about it, and how it should go in, and the perfect part of it, and is there enough space. Whereas with this kind of layout, I can just make space as I go. Obviously some restrictions will apply still, but yeah, I just feel like it will be easier. And I always say think outside the box, so how about we get rid of the box all together? But yeah, really, really pleased with that little layout, actually. I feel like it's a really good starting point. So I popped to my now local nursery yesterday. The ones by my mum are so good. They're unbelievable. I love them there, and the people there are so nice. So yeah, I popped there and I picked up some herbs and some flowers. I grabbed some alliums and calendula as well for the medicinal part of the garden. I also picked up some herbs as well, but I would like to keep the herbs off the ground. I don't know why, something is just telling me I want to keep them off the ground. So I'm wondering whether I'm going to rework the fence line. So I'm wondering if I can stick in something that's a little bit more sturdier, like next door neighbours ones, and maybe where there's an area that won't have anything right next to it, I could maybe even like put up like a pallet and put something into it, if that makes sense. Like almost like what I've done with the strawberries in the pallet, just something like that. So I'm just wondering whether that could be a nice addition as well, or whether I just get like a raised bed like my little Christmas bed. Not quite sure, but I'll have a little think about it. But if you know of anyone, anyone's pages or anything, please just do tag them below, and I will have a little look at their page, or if there's like a Pinterest board or anything like that, do let me know, because I'll have a little look. See, my lips are going a little bit blue now. I'm not made for the winter. People always ask me why I want to live in Italy or Spain when I'm older. This is why, because I'm just not made for winter. But yeah, it's getting a little bit chilly, so I might have to make my way back now. But yeah, I'm really excited. The lavender should all come up nicely as well this year. really excited about that. I'm also really excited now that I know I'm going to be here. I'm going to put the fruit into the ground. So I'm really excited to kind of get the fruit cage done, because it's been just looking so messy, and I just hate, because it's the first thing as well that you see when you come here. I hate how messy it looks when you first show up. So I'm really excited to get that sorted, and hopefully get a really good crop off of it this year. I think that will be really nice, and it will enable me to kind of work the space around it as well a little bit better. I'm wondering about putting, let me turn you around. I'm wondering about putting, maybe seeing if I can get something that will climb up these posts. I don't know what yet. I don't know whether they're not thick enough. Can't remember what the width of them were. I wanted to say they were like 50 mil or 60 mil. So I don't know if they are thick enough. But there's enough space around it that I could put it kind of inside here and just let it climb up. I can always put sweet peas in it every year. I don't know, just something to think about. But yeah, really excited now. Feel really pleased. I'm going to take these Brussels out and take them with me today. I'll leave the leeks in for now. The chard, it got too cold, I think, which is a bit of a shame, because they were looking really great, and I was going to take them to friends this weekend. Oh, actually, might be able, no, unfortunately not. And the celery's done, so I'll do that. But when I've definitely confirmed about the polytunnel style thing that I'm going to be doing, I will then decide on where I want this compost to go. Debating whether to put it here. If I'm going to have the room still, I can put it facing here and along this and going like that way. Could be a good little thing, and I will still have room here to walk up to them. But yeah, I would love to do a seating area this year as well, because at the moment I just use my pull-out chairs, which are great. They're really good. But it'd be really nice to kind of just come in and sit on some days and have my own space here. I would love to do the hammock, but I don't really know quite yet how that's going to work. So that is going to be it for today, guys. I'm so happy that I feel like it's finally a really nice, positive video again. I feel like it hasn't been, or whenever I've gone to video, it's been like a really hard thing to do because there's been so much unknown. So yeah, I'm really excited now. Number one, for this to be a really positive space for people to come and view and enjoy it again, and also just for me to love to come back here, because I love filming for YouTube and I love speaking with everyone in the comments as well. I just feel like I have like just the nicest people that watch my videos, so thank you all so much. And if you have stuck with me, thank you. I really appreciate it. I really hope for you that this will be a really nice positive space for this year, that we can just come. I know it's not an educational channel. I know I don't really teach anyone anything. It is very mismatch, and it is very, we'll see how we go, but I just hope it's like a nice positive space that people can come to. And I've got some new ideas for this year as well, which will be, I think will be a really, excuse the trains, will be just like a really nice addition to the channel. So yeah, we'll see. But thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely, trying to think when this will go up, have a lovely week ahead of you, and yeah, catch up with you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.